Today we are learning how to solve problems involving the area of irregular shapes with circles. Please copy the standard benchmark indicator on a clean page in your math notebook. The student will apply formulas to solve problems involving the area of irregular shapes. To find the area of irregular shapes, the first thing to do is to divide the irregular shape into regular shapes so you can recognize things such as triangles, rectangles, circles, squares, and so forth. Then find the area of these individual shapes and add them up. Example 1. We have two regular shapes here. We have a square and a half circle. Find the area for each of those shapes and add the results. So for the area of the square, which they did on the left here, we know area of a square is side squared, which becomes 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, which is 16. So the area of the square is 16. The area of the circle is pi times r squared. So the radius of the circle is half of one side of the square, because the side of the square is the diameter. So you divide that in half, you get a radius of 2. Then we do 3.14 times 2 squared. So 2 squared is 2 times 2. So that's 4. So 3.14 times 4, which gets you an area of 12 and 56/100ths. Since you only have half a circle, you have to multiply the result by 1/2, or as we're more familiar with, you divide the area in half. So 12.56 divided by 2 equals 6 and 28/100ths. So you add that to the 16, and you get a total area of this shape of 22 and 28/100ths units squared. The next example we're going to work through together. The area of irregular shapes can be challenging, as in this last example, so watch carefully. The figure above has 4 regular shapes. It has a triangle, 2 rectangles, and half a circle. Find the area for each of those 4 shapes and add the results. So we're going to work it through on the extra sheet that's attached to your packet there. And the first thing we're going to do is write out the names of the 4 shapes. So we have a rectangle plus a triangle plus a half circle. So now we're going to write out the formulas for each shape. And for the half circle, we know the area of a circle is pi r squared. And to get half a circle, we just divide that in half. So now we're going to substitute in each of the numbers. So for the rectangles, it's going to be 12 times 16. For the triangle, because it shares its base and height with sides of the rectangle, we know it's also going to be 12 times 16 for the base and the height, but it's going to be divided by 2. Then for the area of the circle, we know the pi is 3.14, and then we know the diameter is 20, so the radius is half that, it's 10. So it's going to be 3.14 times 10 squared. And then because it's half a circle, we're going to divide it by 2. Now we need to work it out. First thing we're going to do is multiply 12 times 16. And we're going to keep all the work. Don't erase any of it, because we can use that answer in 3 different spots in this problem. So 12 times 16 gets us 192. So we're going to fill it in for both rectangles and the top piece of the triangle formula. So the next piece we're going to do now is we're going to take 192 and we're going to divide it in half. Now we need to work out the formula for the half circle. So we know that 10 squared is 10 times 10, so that's 100. We know that when you multiply a decimal by 100, we know there is a shortcut, so we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the right, and we get 314 over 2. We need to divide it in half because it is half a circle. So now, for our area, we're going to add 192 plus 192 plus 96 plus 157. So our answer is going to be 637 units squared because they don't give us a specific unit to use, so we need to use the word units and just put the 2 after it. Please make sure you have all the work copied down and glue both pages in your math notebook.